Today, companies tackling the world's biggest problems are increasingly spread across the world. And the hall
So before going to the audience for the question and answer, just about the Holland tool, maybe I would say that this innovation basically helped organizations evolve and adopt as the theme of this CTO event you can see to the new normal. And presumably this can be the future direction of the like our HR system, where you can sitting there at home, like working from home, but you can still have like interacting and intuitive communication and conversation with the team. So now I will open the floor for questions, comments, anything. Please mention your name and organization while asking the question.
Thank you. I'm Mary Bennett with Vodafone Town. This question goes to Mr. Intula. And you mentioned the fact that when there's transformational projects or initiatives, and HR is leading, we need to leave it to the people. Can you just help me, can you give me a practical example of how we can do it? Because a lot of the time it's either sent to you by group, or they sit at the leadership table at the expo and then decision is made, HR should lead this. So an example would be really helpful of how we can. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much for that. There are two concepts here, which I think will come very useful to what you said now. One is the concept of self-serve, and the other one is self-solve. Now, looking at the self-serve and the self-solve, trust me, this is not what you expect HR to actually be doing. So really, you're expecting the people to do it. And so that's actually where that concept of ownership from the users will come into play. And the more we can empower the more HR, okay, so when you look at the concept of leadership from that perspective, okay, I might just plug this in now, and I'm sure you've heard these also. There is an aspect in everything we do now which has come on the premise of agile, okay, away from the traditional way where we are kind of dishing out commands. I'd like you to do this, you must do this. But when you kind of have a collaborative approach where your stakeholders are engaging with you to actually solve those problems because they are owning it. You're getting their buy-in from day one. That is actually what I meant by allowing the people to lead. So you're kind of, where they're going, but you're like a servant leader, okay, which is an oxymoron if you look at it. You're both their servant and you're also their leader, but of course you're making sure that you're carrying them along as HR, but not just telling them you must do this, but you're kind of encouraging them to see the benefits, because the more they see those benefits that outweigh these benefits, then of course they'll buy it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Good, thank you.
First of all, both of congratulations to both of you for your wonderful presentations. I have questions to both of you. Since we are going, the whole HR process is going automated and so there is not any risk of the job cutting. Like most of the work will be done by the machine. So what is your mistake on?
But I think you actually mentioned that there is, we're not going to really look at it from if there are not going to be job cuts. There will be. But, you know, just like I did mention before, there will be transferable skills for which we will be able to actually, you know, put people in other areas. So, for example, you might have an HR department, because if you look at what I've said now, self-serve and self-solve, what it means, you do not need somebody to sit down and say, I'm going to run the payroll. I need to be in the office to run the payroll on the last Thursday of every month at 12 midnight, because you're just going to keep the system. You know, you're going to program the system to say, run this. Now, that might mean the person that is actually meant to be sitting down to doing that, okay, of course, somebody doing that at 12 midnight, you know, there's overtime payment also, rest of the loss, but that's part of it. But of course, you're going to transfer that skill to other areas, you know, which is where training and retraining, you know, I think is something that, you know, just in line with what you said, you know, making sure we can look for opportunities and we can look for new ways to improve whatever we're doing. So yes, there are benefits and there are going to be disbenefits. There are going to be job cuts, but of course there are also going to be new openings. If you look at the video that we just watched now, I'm sure we never talked about the programmers before. We never talked about, you know, all those. But these are new openings that technology automation has actually brought into play. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Olu. You have said everything, but I just want to recap from the presentation that we had in the morning from a professor who made mention about, you know, going out of the school. He said this has a two-way. It serves as an exit and also as an entrance. So once going out, you are exiting from one kind of job and going into new other kind of job. So it's like making no difference in terms of the job.
We understand that it's almost the end of the session. And first of all, I'd really like to thank you for, not sticking around, listening to us. But I'd just like to wrap up saying that at least a couple of the points which are really important, shared both by Mr. Olu and Nice. As Mr. Olu said, like we have time to create software and like solve and adapt the process and to reduce the manual work, which means it has to be like collaborative approach of engaging the stakeholders, which was also emphasized by Nice, and empowering users, like giving them the authority to explore by themselves and effectively, like by bringing automation in place, but not really removing human being from their own skills or their own services. And of course, we have to be welcoming the new innovations, new ideas, and educate people, as said by Mr. Olu, more and more. Thank you, everyone.